They say every apartment building has that one unit, the one people whisper about, the one nobody wants to live in, the one where lights flicker even when the power is out, where the corridor feels colder, where the silence is never truly silent. In Asman Heights, that place was flat number 18. It wasn't on the top floor. It wasn't on the ground floor. It wasn't even abandoned. It simply existed in a way that made people uncomfortable, like it was watching, listening, waiting. Most people walked past it quickly. Some claimed they heard something moving behind the door, even when no one lived there. Others swore they smelled rotting flowers, something sweet, something dead. But no one actually saw anything until the night Arman moved in. He wasn't supposed to get that flat. He was supposed to get number 12. But the landlord, an old trembling man with foggy eyes, looked at him strangely and said, "Are you sure you want to stay here?" Arman frowned. "Yeah, why?" The landlord swallowed hard. "Nothing. Just, if you hear knocking, don't open the door." "Why would anyone knock at night?" "There won't be anyone," the landlord whispered. Arman laughed it off. Everyone did until they experienced it. The first day was normal, quiet, dusty, lonely. Flat number 18 was bigger than he expected, but colder. Not the cold from an AC unit, the kind that settles in your bones, the kind that makes you feel like someone is breathing down your neck. He brushed it off. New places feel strange, he told himself. But then, things started. The first night, he woke up at 3:18 a.m., the clock blinking even though the power hadn't gone out. A soft, gentle knock echoed from the front door. Tock, tock, tock. Slow, almost polite. He froze. The landlord's warning came back to him. "Don't open the door." The knocking stopped. He waited, heart pounding in his ears. Then a whisper drifted through the keyhole. "Let me in." A woman's voice, but not fully human, too breathy, too broken. He didn't sleep after that. The next morning, he checked the hallway. No one, but the floor outside his door was wet. A long trail of water leading nowhere. The second night was worse. He turned off the lights and tried to sleep early, telling himself the knocking was a prank. Maybe some kid, maybe someone confused. But at exactly 3:18 a.m., the lights flickered on by themselves. Arman shot up from bed. The apartment hummed, like the walls were alive. Then the knocking began again, but this time, louder, more urgent. Tock, 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 tock. "Arman," the voice dragged itself through the wood. "How long will you ignore me?" His breath hitched. He never told anyone his name, not the neighbors, not even the landlord. He grabbed his phone. No signal. The screen glitched, lines crawling across it like veins. The knocking suddenly stopped. He exhaled shakily. But then, someone knocked from inside the apartment. He whipped around. The sound came from the bathroom door. Tock, tock, tock. Slow, measured, patient. He backed away, shaking. The doorknob twisted, just once, just enough to let him know something was in there. He didn't open it. He didn't move. He waited until sunrise. He skipped work that day. He spent hours researching flat number 18. No one would tell him anything. Every online post he found was deleted. People refused to talk. One neighbor finally whispered something. That flat belonged to a woman, Zara. She lived alone. One night she screamed so loudly the entire building woke up. The next morning, she wasn't there. The door was locked from inside, but her shoes, her phone, Her purse was still inside. What happened to her? Arman asked. The neighbor's eyes filled with fear. She never left. That's all we know. Arman went home trembling. That night, he decided to sleep on the couch, but flat number 18 didn't care. 3:18 a.m. The TV flickered on, static hissing like a whispering crowd. The bathroom door creaked open slowly. Something stepped out, bare feet, dripping wet, leaving black water on the tiles. He couldn't see the full figure, just a woman's silhouette, hair hanging forward, head tilted. She whispered, "You live in my home." Arman bolted to the door. It wouldn't open. The lock twisted wildly like invisible hands were holding it shut. Behind him, the dragging footsteps grew louder. A voice brushed against his ear. "Don't leave me alone." He screamed and slammed his shoulder against the door. It flew open. He ran into the hallway, barefoot, shaking. The hallway lights flickered. Flat number 18's door began to close behind him, slowly, silently, as if the apartment itself was breathing. He ran out of the building and didn't return until daylight. The landlord agreed to let him move out immediately. He didn't ask questions. He simply handed Arman his deposit bag and whispered, "You're the only person who ever came out alive." Arman left the building, trembling but relieved, until, as he walked away, he remembered something chilling. He had never told the landlord his name, not once. So how did the landlord know? He turned around slowly. The landlord was standing at the entrance of Arsman Heights, smiling strangely, whispering something. At first, Arman couldn't hear it. Then the words reached him, soft, broken, echoing in the same voice that whispered through his door at 3:18 a.m. "Flat number 18 misses you." The landlord's eyes rolled back, completely white. The building lights flickered. A shadow, a woman's silhouette, stood in the window of flat number 18. 18, watching him. Her head tilted, her hand pressed against the glass, and the trail of black water began to drip down the window. Arman ran, but the last thing he heard, the thing that still haunts him, was the sound of knocking following him down the street. Soft, polite, persistent. Tock, 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 and a whisper carried by the wind. "You can leave the building, but you will never leave flat number 18.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel for more interesting stories.